Have you ever looked at someone successful and thought, wow, I wish I had their life, the money, the career, the house, the recognition? From the outside, it looks like they have everything. But what if that's only the part of the story we can see? What if behind all that success, they're quietly fighting battles no one knows about? Maybe they're no longer present with their family. Maybe they've sacrificed meaningful relationships. Maybe they're carrying a loneliness that success could never fix. The truth is, we often ask, what do you do? How successful are you? But we rarely ask the question that matters most. Are you truly happy? Because deep down, every one of us wants the same thing, a happy and meaningful life. Some people believe happiness comes from slowing down, enjoying the present. Others believe happiness is built through purpose, responsibility, contribution. These two philosophies are like a butterfly and a bee. The butterfly believes life is happening right now. Slow down. Enjoy the moment. Collect experiences before they're gone. The bee sees life differently. Build something meaningful. Contribute. Create a future worth living. One believes life is meant to be experienced. The other believes life is meant to be built. But can you truly enjoy a life you never took the time to build? And can you spend your whole life building, only to realize you forgot to live? Today isn't about choosing a winner. It's about exploring two different ways of seeing life and discovering what resonates with you. Let's listen.
There's something about you that's always bothered me.
Only one thing.
Fair enough. Maybe a few things, but one in particular.
I'm listening.
I don't think you're actually happy.
That's a bold assumption.
Is it? Every time I see you, you're carrying something, building something, fixing something, planning something. You treat every sunrise like another shift at work.
I could say something similar about you.
Go ahead.
Every time I see you, you're chasing another flower, another view, another experience, another beautiful moment. Tell me, how long does that happiness usually last?
Long enough to make life worth living.
Does it? Or does it simply make you look for the next beautiful moment?
Well, isn't that what life is? Collecting beautiful moments?
Maybe, but I've met a lot of people who collected beautiful moments, yet still went to bed feeling empty.
And I've met people who built successful lives, yet forgot how to smile. You know what scares me?
What?
I'm afraid you'll spend your whole life building a beautiful future and never actually live in it.
I'm afraid you'll spend your whole life living without building anything that lasts after you're gone.
That's actually a little unfair.
Maybe, but is it wrong?
Humans argue about this all the time.
Every generation.
Should I travel or save money? Should I start the business or keep the stable job? Should I enjoy my 20s or spend them preparing for my 30s?
Interesting. Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Imagine two people, same age, same opportunities. One spends 10 years chasing experiences, travel, parties, adventure, freedom. The other spends 10 years building something, a skill, a business, a family, a reputation. 10 years later, who do you think is happier?
That's easy. Neither.
Really?
Because the traveler will wonder, what could I have built? And the builder will wonder, what memories did I miss?
That's probably the smartest thing you've said all day.
Only today?
Let's not get carried away.
So, maybe happiness isn't choosing one path. Maybe it's learning how to stop regretting the other one.
Or maybe it's understanding what you're really chasing in the first place.
Meaning?
Tell me, when people say, I just want to be happy, what do they actually mean?
That's a good question.
Because I don't think most people are chasing happiness at all. I think they're chasing relief.
There's one thing people argue about all the time: money. Some people say it doesn't matter. Others spend their whole lives chasing it. So, who do you think is right?
Neither.
Come on. You can't keep saying neither.
Because life rarely gives us only two choices. Here's what I believe. Money doesn't buy happiness, but neither does being broke.
That's not what I expected you to say.
Money solves problems. It pays your bills, feeds your family, lets you travel, gives you choices, creates freedom. But once those problems are solved, money starts asking a different question. Now what? That's why so many people reach the finish line, only to realize it wasn't actually the finish line.
I've noticed something.
Go on.
Whenever someone gets the thing they've wanted for years, the excitement disappears surprisingly fast. New car, new house, promotion, dream vacation. It's almost like our happiness has an expiration date.
There's actually a reason for that. Humans are incredibly adaptable. The life that felt impossible 5 years ago eventually becomes normal. That's why yesterday's dream becomes today's expectation.
Can I tell you something?
Always.
A few months ago, I finally took the trip I'd been dreaming about.
How was it?
Amazing. Honestly, one of the best weeks of my life.
And then?
3 days after I got home, I was already planning the next vacation.
Exactly.
Why does that happen?
Because experiences create memories, but they don't automatically create meaning. Meaning.
So you're saying happiness fades?
No, I'm saying feelings were never designed to stay forever. Joy comes, joy goes, excitement comes, excitement goes, even sadness comes, then leaves. The mistake people make is trying to build a permanent life on temporary emotions.
Then what actually lasts?
Identity?
Identity?
Think about a great parent, a great teacher, a great artist, a great friend. Some days they feel inspired. Some days they don't, but they keep showing up because purpose isn't a feeling, it's a commitment. That's why purpose survives bad days. Happiness usually doesn't.
Can I push back a little? Isn't that dangerous, though? If people become obsessed with purpose, don't they forget how to actually enjoy life?
They do, more than you know.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Maybe I am. There was a season when I believed if I just worked a little harder, everything would finally feel complete. So I kept working and working and working. One morning, I realized something. I had built a life I was proud of, but I wasn't present enough to enjoy it.
That's heartbreaking.
It was necessary.
Necessary?
Because that was the moment I learned purpose without joy eventually becomes another prison.
Maybe. We've both been chasing half the answer. You know, when we started talking, I thought I understood happiness.
And now?
Now I'm not so sure.
Why?
Because I confused excitement with fulfillment. I thought if I kept collecting beautiful moments, I'd eventually build a beautiful life. But maybe beautiful moments don't automatically become a beautiful life.
They don't. Moments become memories. Purpose gives those memories a story.
Can I ask you something?
Always.
If you could go back, would you still spend so many years working?
Some of them.
Only some?
I would have still built. I would have still worked. I would have still sacrificed. But I would have celebrated more, taken more walks, called my family more often, watched a few more sunsets. Turns out, the flowers I spent years collecting nectar from were beautiful too.
I was wondering if you'd ever admit that.
Don't get too comfortable. I still think you need more structure.
Fair enough. You know, there's another thing I've realized.
What's that?
I've spent years chasing freedom. Freedom to travel, freedom to sleep in, freedom to change plans whenever I wanted. But freedom without responsibility started feeling surprisingly empty.
Because responsibility gives freedom a reason.
I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but building something actually sounds exciting now.
You're starting to sound like me, Yerk.
Not exactly. I'm still taking vacations.
Good. So am I.
Wait, seriously?
You think wisdom means never resting?
Kind of.
No. Wisdom knows rest is part of the work, not the reward for finishing it.
That's probably my favorite thing you've said today.
Can I ask you one final question?
Go ahead.
Imagine you're 90 years old. You're sitting on your front porch, looking back at your life. What do you think you'll regret more, the money you didn't make or the moments you didn't experience?
Honestly, neither.
No?
I think I'd regret the person I never became.
Nuts? That's the answer.
Really?
Because purpose isn't about building more. It's about becoming more. And happiness isn't about escaping life. It's about appreciating the life you're becoming.
Wow.
So maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along.
Which question?
Instead of asking, am I happy? Maybe we should ask, am I becoming someone I'm proud to be?
Because happiness changes.
Every day.
Purpose changes too.
Sometimes.
But becoming, that's something you can work on forever.
Exactly.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
When this conversation started, I thought you were teaching me how to build a life. Now I realize you were really teaching me how to build a life I wouldn't need to escape from.
And you reminded me not to get so busy building it that I forget to enjoy living it.
So, who's right? You or me?
Neither.
Neither?
A life without purpose eventually feels empty. A life without joy eventually feels exhausting. The goal was never to choose between them. The goal was to let each one protect the other.
Maybe that's what a meaningful life really is.
Building something worth remembering.
And remembering to enjoy it while you're building it.